What's up, guys? Rampage here again. So for today's question of the day, I'm going to ask you guys, what is your favorite Pokemon game of all time? Now, you don't have to subject yourself to games like Blue, Red, Yellow, Gold, Silver, Crystal, Emerald, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Platinum, Diamond, Black, White. It could be any Pokemon game at all. That is like Wii Revolution, Coliseum, Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Snap, Pinball, any Pokemon game at all. And my favorite Pokemon game of all time is Pokemon Heart Gold and probably Pokemon Stadium as a close second. Because I really enjoyed second gen, Gen 2, the Johto region, and I'm really glad that they remade it in 4th gen. That was really fun. So, yeah, leave your answers in the comments below, and let's get ready for the battle. What's up, guys? Rampage here, bringing you another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. Here we got a really great NU match against some guy called Vanderdman that I found off of somebody's stream. It was a really great battle, so without further ado, I hope you guys will all enjoy. So let's get started with the battle. I'm going to lead off with my Torterra. My opponent's going to lead off with a Wailord. His Wailord is Scarf, which I did not expect, and it's just going to take me out with an Ice Beam first turn, which is not good. Very bad misplay on my part, and I lost my Torterra because of it, which sucks. So I'm just going to bring in my Machoke, hoping that a Dynamic Punch can do a lot to this Wailord. And it is going to do over half, which is great, meaning that I can 2-hit KO this thing. So I'm just going to stay in and try to 2-hit KO him with another Dynamic Punch, but he's going to switch out into a Swalot. It's not too bad for me though, because he does get confused because of Dynamic Punch. It always confuses you if you didn't know that, which you probably all do. So now I'm going to switch out into my Mesprit, because Mesprit can definitely hit this thing hard with the super effective Psychic, and this is an offensive Mesprit, so it probably will actually take him out. But he's going to switch out into his Clang, which is not good because it resists the Psychic. Even though it resists though, it still does a lot of damage. It almost does half. It does about 40%, I'd say. So I'm going to hit this thing with a Thunderbolt, hoping that it will take it out, but it doesn't. And he's going to be able to set up a Shift Gear on me, which isn't good at all. So now I'm going to have to switch out, go out into my Slowking, because I know that Gear Grind is a Steel type move, and Slowking is Water type, meaning that I resist. So Slowking should be able to take a couple of these. Gear Grind is not Clang is not a Pokemon I really run into that much, seeing as I just started NU, and I don't know how many times Gear Grind hits. I don't know if it hits twice every time, or maybe it can hit more. I'm not sure, so I'm actually just gonna switch out into my Miltank, probably as fodder, I think, because I didn't know how many times it'll hit. But luckily he goes for the Volt Switch, and he's actually just going to take himself out with Life Orb Recoil. So that was very fortunate for me. So now it's going to bring in this Swalot. I'm going to go for the status on him in the form of Thunder Wave, because I can't really Toxic him, seeing as though he's Poison type, and I don't have any Pokemon that can burn him. So Thunder Wave is the best status to get on him. And he's going to Encore me into that, so I'm going to have to switch out. I'm going to go out into my Mesprit, as he's going to go for the Sludge Bomb. That's not going to do too much, and he doesn't get the Poison on me, which is great. So now I'm just going to go for the Psychic as he switches out into his Licky, which, that's fine by me, because it does do a reasonable chunk to this thing. And Lickys are really bulky. I think they're most of the time specially bulky. I'm not sure since I don't run one, but I think that's what they are. So I'm going to switch out into my Slowking now. I'm trying to get a Toxic off on this thing, but he's actually going to predict that, go for the Toxic instead on me. And that's not good at all, because that will decrease the survivability of my Slowking. So now I'm just going to switch out into my Machoke as he goes for the Protect. And seeing as though he went for the Protect the turn before, I know he'll try to Protect again. So I'm going to take this chance to go for a Sub, which is a good play on my part. Now right here, I probably would have went for the Toxic, thinking that, no, I would have went for the Toxic, but I thought that he might switch out into a Swalot. So I'm actually just going to go for the Dynamic Punch. I didn't think that he'd stay in and just let his Licky die, but maybe he didn't really want anything else to take the Dynamic Punch, even though he has this Swalot that easily can. So I'm not sure about his thought process right there. Whatever the case, I'm going to hit it with a Dynamic Punch, and he's going to get confused, so I'm hoping that I can get some Parafusion hacks on him. And right here I'm going to go for the Payback and not the Dynamic Punch, because I don't want to use up all my Dynamic Punch PP, because I am limited to only 8 of them, so I don't want to use them all up, and I've already used quite a few. So he's going to break my sub with another Sludge Bomb. I'm going to switch out into my Rapidash, thinking that I could take a Sludge Bomb because Swallots aren't the best special attackers. So he actually hurt himself in confusion right there, which is fortunate for me. So now I'm going to be able to get off of Flare Blitz without him hitting me. So that's what I'm going to do. But he's going to switch out into his EVS Death Fodder, probably so he can get a fresh switch out into his Wailord, seeing as though that thing is still alive and it does have a water move that's super effective against Rapidash, and it is Scarf. So I'm just going to switch out, go out into my Slowking, because Slowking could easily take any water hit or ice hit or any other hit this thing wants to go for, really. So the Surf doesn't do anything, and because I'm toxic, I'm not going to want to stay in here. I'm going to switch out into Mesprit, thinking that he's going to switch out since he can't do anything. Excuse me, seeing as though he can't do anything to my Slowking. But he actually stays in and goes for another Surf, which is bad play on my part because now my Mesprit only has 2 HP left, meaning I can only hit another one of his guys one more time, and I have to make sure he doesn't set up rocks. So I'm just going to switch back out into Slowking, as he's going to Surf. I'm not going to sponge those all day, so I'm just going to go for the Toxic, try and take this thing out. But I really can't hit it with any of my attacking moves since I only have Scald and Ice Beam to hit him with. So I'm just going to try and wear him down with Toxic, like I said before. So now I'm going to switch out in the Miltank, hoping that I can take a Surf fairly well. And he's going to go for the Surf, and it's actually going to do a lot. It's going to do more than half, so I'm not sure if I could take another one because of the lefties recover. I'm going to hope that I can and just try and Toxic Stall him with Milk Drink. So let's see, and I do take it with 20 HP, which is great. I'm not sure if there was any min-max variation on that, but I am able to take it, get off a Milk Drink, and I'm thinking that I could definitely take another one. But I'm not going to want to take the chance, so I'm just going to switch out into my Slowking because I don't want my Miltank to take another Surf. You know, there's always a chance if I'm getting a crit or something. There's no point in me taking that chance. So Slowking is able to easily take the Surf, and now I'm just gonna wait for him to bring in his next guy. I was lost for words right there. So anyway, his next guy is his Armaldo. He's going to hit me with the X Scissor, and thankfully I do have some defensive EVs on my Slowking, so I am able to take that X Scissor and hit him with a Toxic. I was thinking that he might set up rocks right there, but fortunately he didn't, which is great for me, so I can still bring in my Mesprit as of right now. So yeah, Toxic will take me out, but I'm just going to bring in my Rapidash just so I can try and hit this thing with a strong Flare Blitz, hoping that it'll do a lot. It does do a nice chunk. These things do have good defense, so it's not going to take them out. But it is going to do quite a lot, and plus toxic damage is still there, so I'm not really worried about this thing too much. Because I do still have my Machoke, which can take it out with a Dynamic Punch. So that is what I'm going to bring out. He's actually going to go for the Earthquake and do a lot of damage. Well, not too much damage, actually. And I'm going to take him out with a Dynamic Punch. Easily. So now he's going to go out into his Swalot. And I'm just going to sit in here and pay back, waiting for my Machoke to die. So that I could bring in my Mesprit safely. I don't know why I didn't go for the Dynamic Punch, though. That would have been smarter, because one, he could have confused himself. But, oh well, I guess I wasn't thinking right there. So I'm just going to bring in my Mesprit, hit him with the Psychic. That definitely will take him out, seeing as though I am an offensive Mesprit with max speed, max special attack. So, yeah, that was a really great game, Vanderdman. I hope you guys all enjoyed, and if you did, please push that like button. It will help me out greatly. It'll let me know if you guys enjoyed, like I just said before. So yeah, oh my gosh, I'm repeating myself. See you guys in the near future. Have a nice day. Peace out.